So retirement provides an opportunity to do what you want to do, but you also need to figure out what you want to achieve in retirement. Mark Lamkin with Lamkin Wealth Management is here to share some thoughts and advice from 5 retirees who share their biggest regrets about retirement, which is interesting to hear from people that have gone through it.
Yes, it's always nice to hear from people that have gone through it, but in 32 years, I got to ask you 2 quick questions.
All right.
How many cards did Hallmark sell last year for people over the age of 100?
Probably not many.
85,000.
Oh, really?
So many people have done really well on that first 10 years of retirement. But what about that second, third, or fourth 10 years of retirement? How many years do you think people on average spend in retirement?
Oh gosh, Mark, I don't know. 15.
You're close.
Really?
Yeah, men are 18, women are 23.
Wow.
So you're going to spend 20, 30 years in retirement. So I'm going to give you the 5 biggest regrets over 32 years that people have told me, because we want that retirement happy for you.
Absolutely. And you know, when I look through these, I mean, a lot of them, I hear people talk about this, right? I mean, beginning with not really having a retirement goal, because sometimes we're adjusting it and we don't know when we want to retire and don't have a clear goal.
Yeah, if you're not careful, your day's going to control you instead of you controlling your day.
Yeah.
The number one thing that I hear people talk about is 6 months into retirement, they're like, I don't know how I had time to work. I'm so busy, I don't know what to do. And it's because you didn't take time to plan. So I want you to think about that, because before you retire, I want you to have a purpose and passion. I want you to make that bucket list. What are some things that you want to do before you pass away, right? I want you to, I know this is hokey for some folks, but use a life coach if you have to figure out what makes you happy, what makes you stress-free. I want you to establish a routine. I don't want you to lay in bed till 11 o'clock and doing nothing. I want you to stay social. I want you to do some activities that make you happy and focus on that health, because retirement, I want you to live to that age of 100. If you want to make it that long, I want you to do it. But without these 5 things and without a passion or purpose, you're going to lose focus. That day is going to control you, and you're not going to have a happy retirement.
And on the opposite side of that, too, sometimes people say that they just couldn't slow down. Like, it's really hard to step off of a high-paced, high-pressure career job and, like, figure out, oh, I need to adjust to a slower pace and be okay with that.
You're a fabulous news anchor, but you're on all the time. So when you get to that retirement stage, it's going to be hard for you to kind of step back. I'm used to going full speed to help my clients. So it's okay to take that step back. Retirement's about stress-free and having fun. So it's okay to live off that fruits of your labor and have a good time and stress-free. I still want you to have that purpose, but I want you to do it because you want to, not because you have to.
What about starting a second career act? You know, like the second act career I hear a lot about. What about something like that?
These are by far my happiest retirees, and they work because they want to, not because they have to. I've got a fellow named Jim Flood that lives down in Florida. He's in his 90s. He's the oldest door greeter at Publix, not because he have to, because he wants to. So I want you to think about changing those careers or consulting in your career, helping, being a mentor, but 2 to 3 days a week when you want to work. Those are my happy and healthiest retirees because they got a purpose.
What are some of the drawbacks, though, that people will have with early retirement?
Well, if you do a really good job, and which I hope you do, working with me, by the way.
But I don't work with you.
If you retire early, many of your friends are still going to be working, right?
Yeah.
And if your friends are still working and you don't have that purpose and you don't have those activities, you're going to cause a lot of stress on your spouse, which is the last thing that you need in retirement, right?
Yeah.
So you got to make sure that you plan that out and understand that if you retire early, you better do number 1, that bucket list and that well-being and knowing what you're going to do, or you're going to cause some undue stress.
And finally, what about the importance of, like, keeping in touch and, like, having a good relationship with your children? Because they're older, you may have grandkids. I just feel like that probably plays a lot into mental health.
It does, you know. And what I've got some clients that moved to Florida, and thank God for Zoom and Facebook Live because they stay in touch with their grandchildren. But there's a big trend in the U.S. right now. There's a lot of expatriates or people that live out to or move to other countries at a lower cost. But that has a huge impact on your children and your family because you don't stay in touch with them. Or if you let your day control you and you get so busy, you lose touch with those kids and you don't have those Sunday dinners and you don't watch the grandkids and you don't go to those games because you've got X, Y, and Z. So retirement's about balance, but don't lose touch with what means the most, which is that family, that human connections, that love for those grandkids. And for me, I know with Emma Grace and Miller and August 14th, Cruise Thomas, when I do retire or go 2 to 3 days a week, because I'll never retire, those are going to be my purpose, and I can't wait.
All great things to consider, those 5 steps. To connect with Mark, just be sure to go to lamkinwealth.com, or you can call the number on your screen.